so we are live at CHAZ/COP and the police department dismantling the whole thing. We have that person down that way. I know what's going on. Okay. And what happened here
They have been decided they're going to the main, like,
out here in the city streets in Seattle, Washington,
clearing residents out
and describe to people just how corrupt the city
and
is.
just getting tossed into
Because it's not going to get any worse. We live in a city where we need $50 million more dollars to solve homelessness.
a lot of people were saying that this group of people that this area is very violent and
$50 million more dollars.
is that what you've seen? Is that the reality,
All
or
problems
is
cause
it
and
just the
effect.
media manipulating out there?
Yeah, I think that's a very simple, like, explaining what the sentencing crew is.
It sounds almost,
I think that
we don't want to solve problems.
criminal activity
All we want to do is keep creating the problem.
happening by people that residing or not residing within Convo realize the police have been transparent and said they will not come into the area. They realize that they can come in here and do whatever they want, and that is not a representation of the movement. It's not a representation of CHAZ. I also want to clarify that I am like not, I don't want to speak for CHAZ as these are all my personal opinions, which I'm sure you understand.
Now, nobody wants to hear the real word.
I've lived here in Seattle for 12 years, and I've been
Nobody really wants to solve a problem.
basically
We don't want to solve problems on this earth.
and
We want to keep creating
safe
problems.
maybe once or twice.
You know?
So I haven't felt any less safe than I have
No way to go. No way to sleep.
any other regular time I'm in this area.
They're saying the mic's not working.
I think it can be easily solved.
Hello, check. Do you guys hear it better now?
I think it doesn't work live.
Every count,
Let me know in the chat.
I've spent 20 years. 20 years talking about homelessness.
Can you hold the camera? Just aim it at the police for now.
Needs about another $20 million more dollars to solve homelessness.
When did you guys get up here?
Today. We wanted to come earlier, but we had a lot of stuff to do, and then the flights were ridiculous to come here. Like, I swear. Like, I said, they were trying to stop people from coming.
Yeah, because usually, like, I mean, you can get this from Seattle to LA, like,
Yeah.
One way for like $120
Oh,
usually.
yeah. No,
even
it's
short
double
term,
that, and that's even cheap.
Can you
Anyway, back to the
hold,
You guys
subject.
hear us?
hold the top?
Anyway, back to the subject.
All right.
20 years going to
Check.
homelessness.
Can you guys hear?
20 years and listening.
Can you hear? Can you hear?
$20 million
We
more
could walk
dollars.
away from the bullhorn
Yeah.
too if we want. Like, I don't have to stand here. I realize that.
It
I
might be.
realize what you guys are trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds better? Okay.
Okay.
So it works.
Okay. Then.
Now it works.
Okay. Great. So we were just. He was just telling me that the cops came around 5 a.m. He wasn't here, and they just started just dismantling everything. And there is likely to be a protest or a counter resistance down that way on Broadway and 10th, I believe.
Broadway and Pine, I believe, is where people are meeting.
Okay, Broadway and Pine. So, and you were, I was getting your opinion because a lot of people, like I said, were saying that people here were violent. There was a lot of criminals, and that was all over the media. And even progressives started talking about how maybe these people don't have the best intentions. And so I was asking you, is that the case, or is this a media manipulation?
Yeah, so what I was saying, is I think that there are a lot of most of the criminal activity that is happening within inside CHOP. Um, People who want to I can't think of the word who want to engage in criminal activity realize the police have been fully transparent. They will not come in. They won't even get close to the area. With the exception of this, there has been no police within like a 4-block radius in the past 3 weeks. So those people that want to engage in criminal activity realize that they can come here and do that criminal activity, and the majority of the activity is not by people who live and reside here and people that are about the movement. The other thing I would like to say is, mainstream media isn't reporting on many of the criminal activities that happen in Cal Anderson Park before this happened. Like, Cal Anderson Park is kind of known in Seattle after dark when the lights go out as an unsafe place. So there have been murders there have been kidnappings, there's been rapes. They're not reporting any of that. They're only reporting upon the things that are happening now in this situation. So I would say it's absolutely, slight to a major manipulation by mainstream media.
Just another question. What do you think is happening do you think this is beyond police brutality? Because what we're also seeing is we're seeing these sort of similar occupations. Now we have one in LA. There was one in Asheville. There's been one in other states. Is this about police brutality, or is there an economic element to it as well?
I think that's a really good question. Sorry, my donut. I think around the country, I think it's specific to each location. So here, for people that don't know, there was massive amounts of police brutality the 2 nights before, maybe 3 nights before the police vacated this precinct. Rubber bullets, macing, tear gas. And so I think for the people that were on the front line here, this is most likely about police brutality, but also probably about, just needing to change the system. There's, like you mentioned, there's socioeconomic implications to people that are marginalized and people that have less opportunities than people that look like me. So
the gentleman over there was saying that they were trying to stop live streamers from streaming and arrest them. Do you know anything about that? Because that would be illegal, I think, unless,
I don't know anything specifically here, but I have read, and I haven't other areas of the country. Personally, my name's been on the police scanner, so they know who I am. I'm sure that law enforcement watches my streams along with many other people because they want to keep tabs on what's going on. So,
where do you live stream from? Where can people find you?
I just stream on my Facebook page, which is just Brad Fox. My name is Brad Fox. I'm probably the only person that looks like this that has a Black Lives Matter frame on my profile picture with a rooster on my head and a bandana. So I think my profile is semi-public. I prefer that people follow me because I have way too many friend requests and I can't filter them. But there's tons of great streamers out here. Myself, Concrete Reporting, Converge Media, Green Television is someone that's been streaming a lot. If you're on Twitch, Seattle Protest Network, which is this logo right here. Also on Twitch, Small Gamer, SMOL_GAYMER. I know I'm missing people. There's a ton of us that are just kind of have been constantly communicating, making sure that we cover breaking events and events that are outside of CHOP too, because those are important to the movement as well.
Exactly, and it's really nice to see independent media or citizen media working together, because the mainstream media doesn't cover this like you guys do, like we all do, and it's I think this shows where things are going. We want to show the truth. We don't just want to show a biased a narrative, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's been cool is not the right word, but it's the only adjective I can think of. We've been sharing power banks, you walk by and someone's like, hey, I'm at 10% battery. Okay, here, take my power bank. Charge cables, all sorts of stuff. My phone got stolen the other night. It got slapped out of my hands, and people have offered to, replace that phone. I am refusing that. I don't want any. I've been explicit that if you think you want to support my streaming efforts, that there are better ways to support it. I'll just list those off: KingCountyEquityNow.com, Africatown Central District, Seattle. I would prefer that those types of organizations get any sort of monetary donations that viewers think that they would rather send me. So.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you guys for coming out here and covering, and cool to see your rig, and hopefully you guys get some, some good stories.
We'll be here till Monday, so we're gonna see what else is up.
Awesome.
So.
Well, I'm sure I'll see you guys around.
Brad Fox, right?
Yep.
Nice
yeah,
to meet
BRAD,
you. Fiorella.
What's up?
Fiorella
Oh,
and Jonathan.
Okay. Nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you.
All right. What's that? I don't know what time it's happening. I just got an email about it.
It should be a crime
Literally could be at any
to
point in
have a
time.
baby boy.
But if you guys haven't been down there,
Yeah, no, we're
there's
gonna
a
head
pretty
down
big
there.
police presence down there, so I would. That's probably a cool place to check out.
Awesome. Thank you.
Broadway and Pine. Yes. Yeah, I got the email, but I don't know
All right.
when it's gonna happen.
Thank you, Brad.
Take care.
So they're gonna march to Broadway and Pine, and they're gonna start there, and then they're gonna go to City Hall. So we're gonna go follow them right along. Okay, Johnny, anything to say?
Yeah, this is crazy, fams. I mean, you saw the police there. They just took down a bunch of tents, is what they were saying, on that street. So now we're walking down the street to go to 10th, right?
Yes, and the protesters are supposedly going to go to City Hall. One thing that the gentleman was saying over there that I asked Brad was that they were live streamers. They were trying to take down their streams, and our Periscope stream went down. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but which would be illegal, I think, if they were trying to take our stream down, anyone's stream. But we have verified press badges, so. All right, here we are. Here we are.
What are we seeing here?
So I believe this is the area where there was the mural. Remember the Black Lives Matter mural?
What intersection is this? Pike and 14th?
Pike and 11th. Pike and 11th. And let's see. So this is another area where they said that was major police presence. Oh, yes. And the next street, Johnny, is where I think the next one we have to go to. Let's just go. I said this earlier on the other stream. Yes, they have a lot of gear, but it's not as much as the LAPD has. The LAPD shows up with the shield riots and the riot shields, and they have more equipment, and the National Guard was there. This is a little bit, I don't want to say it's still police, but they have bikes. You know what I mean? They're not there with all these cars. They're there with these bikes. But they were saying that when Shama Sawant was there, when Shama Sawant and led the protesters and all that was happening about 3 weeks ago, that's when the police were really throwing rubber bullets, throwing tear gases.
Hey, fams, I'm just doing a quick check here. Do you guys hear me pretty well? Is it a good sound check? I'm doing a sound check. Let me know. Let me know. Thank you for worrying for us. I love you guys. Appreciate it. Does it sound good? Sound good? Cool. Just making sure. It's not too loud, right? Because I can still put it up a little bit if it's too quiet.
Okay, so this is 10th and Pike. This is I think where we were going, 10th and Pike. So let's look at the art and the walls and stuff because that's important. That's a lot of the movement stuff. That's, you know, Seattle was always like that, but I mean I think it definitely increased. And you can see on the wall, I think you already got that right. This is just the beginning. Play chess, not checkers. The struggle towards light will always take a lifetime. Apply pressure. What do you think, Johnny, about what he was saying that, yes, there's some people that are committing criminal activity, but at the same time, those have nothing to do with the protesters? That kind of sounds like what happened in LA.
Yeah, there's always going to be people who try to take advantage of a situation, you know? And I think the media puts a lot of focus on that, but they forget about the message, and they're not even doing any actual change. They're doing some bullshit change, you know?
Yeah. Oh, let's look at this. And that's obviously George Floyd and Black Lives Matter, defund the police. Revolution now. When I say the word revolution, that can mean so many things. But I've been seeing that word more often. Before, we didn't really see. We saw like resistance more. Now people are saying revolution. Okay, so there's they are. They're stopping that right over there. You know what? What we should do is talk to the Asian gentleman that was back there because he knew when that was going to start. Yeah. You're curious about what?
So we can see that the police have these wooden sticks. Are those batons, officers? Or are those, what are those? Are those walking sticks? They're batons? Wow. That's a little too much, I think. Okay. Thank you. So, as you can see, the wooden sticks there are kind of way too much. I mean, I guess, is wood better than metal, fam? Is wood better than metal?
Oh, yeah.
I think wood is worse.
Wood's better. Wood's definitely better. I don't really see like the negative. Like people were making CHOP sound like it was like a crazy communist area, and what I mostly saw from people that were here were that it was just a bunch of people trying to like make a statement, occupy a space, and create a microcosm of a society that they really want in real life. And I mean, if you're looking at these murals, Black Lives Matter, teach your kids, it's time to have uncomfortable conversations, justice, if you don't have a name for it, let's see, fuck 12, resign. I mean, I don't really see how this is negative. I can see how some people can take advantage of it, like Brad was saying back there, that, you know, people, because, so what he was trying to say was the cops weren't coming in here because they had successfully occupied the protest. They didn't want to get in trouble. But then people who committed crimes started coming in here. And that's why the renters and the people who live here filed a lawsuit against the city. And then there was a direct order from the mayor. But people are trying to say that that's the same protesters, and the locals here are saying that's not. That's, you know, there has been crime in certain areas here after dark. That's always been the case. So I think we have to be honest with a lot of what we hear isn't valid. It's not. It's so biased, especially from the mainstream media. And by the way, mainstream media includes local channels. They get a directive. They also have to get what they are talking about if it's on a national level, right? Because this is national. This is a national thing now. It's not just part of Seattle. They also have to get the okay from the upper echelons to make sure that what they're saying is okay. So obviously that narrative is going to be framed a certain way. I know that because that was the same narrative that we we faced in LA, where we were there literally, and then the press is saying, like, oh, look at these violent protesters. And the same thing that happened even in Beverly Hills when Breitbart grabbed our footage and turned it around and was talking about how they're coming for their homes when they were simply shouting, eat the rich, or they were shouting, abolish capitalism. So it's these things that are entirely twisted by both the right and the neoliberal media. I have a feeling, Jonathan, we're going to see resistance throughout this weekend because it is July 4th, too. Tonight and throughout the weekend. Think about it. It's American Independence Day, you guys. What are we celebrating? I'm questioning exactly what are we celebrating when a lot of people don't feel like everybody is free, right? If all of us aren't free, then what was going on over there? Did you see anything? I wasn't paying attention. Oh. There's obvious understandable animosity towards police. Interesting. Fuck Antifa. Awesome. Well, that's a lot of artwork here. It's really interesting. So, yeah, we're definitely gonna try to capture the protest and the walk. Johnny, I think we should go back and try to figure out exactly what time that's happening.
Yeah, you think so?
And yeah,
This is Broadway right here. So let's check
yeah, let's check this out, and then we'll head on back. I definitely really like seeing all of the independent media out there. It's really nice and how they were helping each other. We have some peeps from this area coming in to help us. Our friend Frank is coming. Um, it's really cool that they're helping each other out.
what they said, Broadway and what?
They said both. It was 10th and Pike, and then Broadway and Pike. But like I said, I think we should go back because
Yeah, let's take a quick look down the road.
it's 60 degrees, you guys. And it's July. You want to walk that way? Yeah, let's go that way. Possibly, yeah. I get a sense of very similar, like, grassroots presence here, like there is in LA. That's what I mean. That's what I get. Like, people are, just like in LA, people are always doing something. There's always something to be done. Seattle's also has a huge homeless crisis, just like we do over there. Rents have been going up like crazy. So that's another thing. What we're seeing with the Black Future Project in LA is they're also joining forces with the homeless population to really address the economics of it. Okay, here we are.
What are we approaching?
This is Pine and Broadway. Hey.
And honestly, I've been asking to see and asking all
because it's a brotherhood.
Now, when you guys stand up and say nothing, you guys let them kill and get away, and you guys didn't stand up and say nothing. You guys protecting him. You guys protecting him.
I know y'all don't like bagels.
You guys fucking protecting him. Yeah. Ian Burke could be in prison right now. Had somebody over here stood up. But you guys didn't. You guys let a killer get away. You guys and Daniel T. Satterberg. Yeah. That's on you. John T. Williams murder's on y'all. Because y'all could have held that motherfucker accountable, you didn't. Police accountability needs to be real. Not just with us, but with y'all too. Y'all need to hold each other accountable. For real.
So it seems like there's a standoff, right, between people here and the police. I think there's going to be something. I think we're going to see the resistance happen.
The United Nations, the Geneva Convention, it's the constitutional right to choose.
Just kind of talk about what you're saying. You just brought up the United Nations.
Yeah, so the gentleman over here is yelling at the police, and he's bringing up the United Nations. He's bringing up saying that the police haven't done anything for black people, that they don't care about the deaths.
Qualified immunity is real. That's why you cannot sue them individually. That's why you have to sue them as a whole, as a department.
Or the
Qualified immunity.
qualified immunity.
You know what that is, right? We should ask him.
No, not in this contest.
So he's talking about qualified immunity. He said that you can't sue the police individually. You have to sue them together as a department. He's saying qualified immunity is about to end in Seattle. Crowd cheers.
We will be marching every night at 8 o'clock. Now, but I want you guys to also remember,
Didn't Mayor Durkin promise Charlene Lyles' family justice before she took office? Mayor Durkin promised Charlene Lyles' family justice, right? Before she took office, right?
between 12 and 1 p.m.
Where's the justice?
Where's the justice? And give people time to get here because I know it's still going to be kind of early and people are late risers.
So they said that they're doing marches at 8 every night.
Kind of ice building game.
Yeah.
Let's listen to what he's saying.
Yeah.
We'll then depart, we'll march, and every night, every day, we will have a different location. I encourage each and every one of you guys to continue to join us marching because the marching is what makes the change. My sis TK, are you marching tonight? Every day, like I said. Every day at 8 o'clock. Meet them in there, right? Now make some noise for yourselves, y'all.
So again, every day at 8 o'clock, they're going to be marching. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I've been seeing throughout, and the majority of the protests, really young people.
I do not want anybody's money. Buy cases of water, come out here for the marches and give them to the protesters. I don't want nobody's money. I do not want nobody's money. I don't take anybody's money because that's not me. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because it's basic fucking human rights and we all deserve to be treated equally. So if you're gonna donate, just go buy the water or snacks or whatever and come serve it to the protesters while we're marching. I would appreciate that. That's how you can help me. That's how you support me. Yeah, see, unlike you guys,
Asking for cases of water instead of money. He doesn't want money.
every day I'm with the people. Every day I'm with the people. I stand for and with the people every day. While you guys stand for and with each other. On that side. Why do we have to have have this division here, huh? Huh? Do you know what this looks like? This looks like a fucking war zone. This looks like a battlefield. This looks like the Confederacy versus the Free State. That's what this looks
They
like.
said this looks like a war zone.
That's what this looks like right now. Looks like you guys are. What the fuck? This shouldn't be like this. This shouldn't have to be like this. You alright? Good? You alright?
You know, I think we really need to rethink the police here.
I'm not, I don't promote violence. Everybody who know me know I don't promote that shit. I promote doing this shit the right way. Because the second we turn this shit into a fucking, we gonna go attack them, they gonna come attack us, nobody's listening anymore. The second you start doing other shit, other than what you're here for, people stop listening.
What you drink? Beer, soda?
I don't drink, I drink water.
What do you want me to go get you?
Water.
What do you want?
Water, I don't
Just
care
a-
what it
I
is,
go
it's
get
water.
it. What kind
Any
of water?
kind of water, just not
go get
Arrowhead.
That's a cheap shit.
That's just nasty.
Crystal Light, my wife don't drink that shit either. I know, that Arrowhead bullshit. What
But
do you
no,
want?
like smart water or something, bro.
Smart water.
Yeah.
I'm on my way.
I'm serious though. Like
I'm on my way. What
this,
else?
That's
What
good.
else?
I'm good, bro. I don't want nothing. I just want some
You
water.
ate something?
I'm good, bro. I care about y'all more than I care about me.
I know.
I care about y'all more than I care about me.
I've been in chop for
Cause
24 days.
keep it real,
I've been in chop
keep
for
it real.
24 days.
The longer I stay out here, the more we get what we want.
I know.
The more we come out here and create
no
this power
violence.
that they can't take.
Hey, don't violence.
No, listen, we
no
create power.
violence.
Listen, see,
I'm gonna get you some water.
I'm gonna tell you guys the type of power we create.
What do you want?
I'm gonna tell you guys the type of power
been
we
up here
create
so-
amongst ourselves.
Do you guys hear what he's saying?
So yesterday, we took over you guys' freeway. Both sides.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I-5 runs through from Canada to what, New Mexico? And when we shut down both sides of it every day, it cost the city money. Because that is a commerce highway. That is a commerce highway. You know how much goods and services go through that highway? When you shut it down, you're costing them money and they're listening. See, I'm gonna tell you about the beautiful moment we had last night. Because we all got some healing last night. See, unlike you guys, we can come together for each other and hug and sit there and talk about how we feel to each other. Because y'all don't give a fuck. We are giving this for each other because we can't answer you guys.
Yeah, so I think people are gonna stick around. I don't think people are gonna just go home and that's it. I'm not seeing that happen. Especially 4th of July fams.
So yeah, they said they're gonna keep coming out here at 8 p.m. He is advocating no violence. The gentleman over here was advocating no violence. And yeah, it's just police standing at every single street, and they're cleaning up, as you can see, all the way back there.
And here's the thing about violence too. It's like I agree because especially when people are already being framed as violent, right? Like race is already framing people as a certain category. So the moment you do become violent, they'll use it against you, even if it merits it. It's a really important discussion to have about violence. Like, is there ever a time where violence is okay? That's the question people always ponder. So we don't know.
Let's get a view from over there.
Yeah, let's. Yeah. Layout of Seattle reminds me a lot of San Francisco. Oh look, socialist pizza. Socialist pizza.
Are you giving away free pizza to the protesters?
I am, yes.
Awesome. Are you with a group?
No, I'm just by myself.
Wow, that's great.
That's awesome. Look at all the crazy violent things people are doing here.
Well, we can cross.
'Cause that just doesn't get the media the clicks they want. So freaking young people giving out free pizza. It's not really exciting for them. It's exciting for us. Seattle Central College.
Yeah, bro.
We stand with the Black Lives Matter community, is what it said. So it's a small crowd. I'd say altogether, a couple, maybe 100 altogether, 100, 200 people spread out from here and then down there. So what time is it now, fam?
It is 35 minutes into the stream. 131 right now.
Okay. I gotta check my phone for the comrades. Huh?
Let's do a quick interview and then let's
Yeah.
see if anyone wants to do an interview.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
Maybe it depends on your questions.
Well, we're just asking why you're here. What have you seen
I'm
the
here
last
for
few
this.
hours?
And I'm here for these people that passed away by the hands of police brutality and by police negligence, and for the fact that police do not see black men in this country as humans. That's the reason why I'm here. I'm here every single day, sacrificing myself, my time, my own resources to be here to fight for my nieces and nephews, my fellow black brother, my fellow black sister, my brothers, my sisters. That's the reason why I'm here.
And what is your opinion on the Seattle occupied zone?
It is not the Seattle occupied. It's a Capitol Hill organized protest zone. That's exactly what it is. Peaceful protesters in a space collectively that we can discuss different things on gender, race, and they took it over. That's how I feel about it. The only reason why this happened today, like I told them, was that it came to Jenny Durkin's backyard. This is not Jenny Durkin's neighborhood, but as soon as the protesters went to Jenny Durkin's neighborhood, she felt not in my backyard. Let me do something right now. This is revenge. That's all it is.
Wait, who is that? Who is that?
The mayor, correct?
Mayor.
Yes. Just one more question. The media, the mainstream media, CNN, MSNBC, local news have been framing these people as extremely violent. Yet I come here and nobody's violent. Everybody's peaceful. People are advocating nonviolent protesting. Why is the media doing this?
To fit their own narrative and to get clickbait. That's all it is. Anytime that you walk through the CHOP, any time of day, you walk through the CHOP, you can walk your kids through the CHOP any time of day, and it was peaceful. The homeless encampment had at-risk teens and youth, homeless teenagers that had no other resources to go. The riot kitchen that was there was providing meals 24 hours a day, providing free coffee, donations, hot meals to the homeless. The garden that was growing there was going to provide food for the riot kitchen and to provide food for the homeless. Having CHOP at that location right there provided a lot of resources to a lot of people and access to a lot of nonprofits that did not show up. So that's the reason why CHOP was there. CHOP was there for providing resources to the community and seeking demands to hold the city accountable and the state accountable for what it has done in the past, and the accountability to the fact that the police right now arrested peaceful protesters for walking away, like Angelica, she was arrested on video walking away and they grabbed her from behind. Facts. That was earlier today when they were first moving out.
Like 10 a.m.?
No, that happened probably right. What time did they arrest Angelica?
I have no idea.
But there's a video on Facebook that you can find it out. I watched it, and she was literally walking away, and they grabbed her from behind.
Awesome.
And your name and organization if you're with one? Or?
Oh, I'm not with anybody. I'm just down here to show support.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, guys, yes, we're going to take a break. I just want to say we've interviewed a couple people. Both people from the area mentioned how the media is not showing the reality. They're showing, they're trying to spin this narrative that these people were violent, and that is not the case. That is not what we're seeing here. A lot of people have tried to frame it that way, I agree with the fellow protester here, because it does get them clicks. It does get them all the attention. Exactly.
Our streets back. You got it? They had their day, they had their month up there. You know, it's just time to get our streets back and let our neighborhood be normal again.
You're okay with the police coming in and getting these people out?
You know, the whole situation's confusing, but they had their time. It's time to get our streets back. There's kids up here. There's kids all over the place. And what they did is they just tore the place up. You know, it's ugly. It's time to clean it up, take our streets back. Right on, I'm JW. Thank you.
Thank you. So as you can see, that was a different opinion. He thinks that this is ugly. And here's the thing: a lot of people do feel like when they're living in their town, they're living in this area, that it affects them. But again, that's also what they're seeing on the news: is, oh, look at this crime going on, look at this looting, look at all of this. But what these people who have been here day in and day out are seeing is there's really there's nothing violent. The man spoke about services that they were providing. Those services for homeless youth, for gardening, for people who can't afford it, that should be provided by the local government, shouldn't it? Like if the government was giving people everything they needed, and if people were able to, like, especially during this pandemic, feel safe and secure, people wouldn't be out here protesting, guys. It is about police brutality. It is about Black Lives Matter, but we can totally see the economic issues that are happening right now. Like, people need help. And right now during a pandemic, they just can't get up and go to work like normal. We're seeing the effects of everything be cut down. So I think there's definitely an economic element to this as well. Any last words, Johnny?
Everybody hit the subscribe button. We will be on in probably maybe an hour or 30 minutes, or if something starts popping off, we'll go live immediately. So thank you for joining us this live stream.
Yes, thank you, fams. Thank you, fams, for joining us, and we'll be back. Convo out.